What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 14 of Smash Course, the weekly podcast presented by CSL. My name is Max Ketchum.
This
I'm
is Joe, Macro the dog.
And I am Liquid HungryBox. Welcome back to another episode.
All right, guys. So this is going to be more of a short and sweet episode, kind of a quiet week for Smash history so far. But, I mean, we're just coming off a bunch of crazy stuff, right? The wave of the Smash 5 announcement is kind of settling, but we do still have some cool stuff going on. So one of the first things that we want to get into is the problem that seems to be mostly in Smash 4 of free agent top players. This has been not such a recurring issue until the last couple months. We see players like DeBuzz who have struggled to find a team, even with multiple major wins under his belt. But the most recent person affected by this was Ally being dropped from Cloud9. So I think it's particularly interesting that these teams are dropping players so close to the release of Smash 5. Obviously, when DeBuzz was dropped from Renegades, that was well before the announcement had been made, so they couldn't really have known. But you'd think that they'd be flocking to top players like this, because if my estimations are correct, and I'm sure you guys would agree, or at least partially agree, that Smash 5 will most likely be a spiritual successor to Smash 4, which was a spiritual successor to Brawl. So it's going to be this batch of players, in my opinion, that's going to be the dedicated base and the future top players of the game. So what do you guys think about that? Obviously, there were a couple more circumstances revolving the Ally situation, but let me hear from you guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's no universe that I imagine where Zero and Nairo and DeBuzz won't be top players in their game. They seem to pick up every game there is and just, at the very minimum, top 20, at the game they play, just from seeing what they did in Brawl also. And then when you have the teams that picked up players in Smash 4, a lot of the times for them, maybe it was a gamble because some of them hadn't even picked up Melee players at that point. And I think picking up Melee players is a pretty safe bet. The game's been around for nearly 2 decades now. People flock to top players, or their social media game is pretty strong. Their presence is right there. Smash 4 players, like, the thing about them compared to other esports is that they're, I think, in my opinion, a lot cheaper to buy as players for the team. Their salaries won't be as large as something like for League, something like for Overwatch. And still a large number of people watch the game. And I think the meta right now for teams is going to be picking up players before Smash 5 comes out. Literally taking that gamble. Like, we're going to keep Salem on Team Liquid because we know for a fact he's going to kick ass at Smash 5. I mean, I'm not speaking for Team Liquid. Rather, I'm saying if I was the one in charge of calling that shot, I have a little bit of influence, I would still say to keep him because I still have faith that he'll be good. I think other teams should follow suit. So C9 dropping Ally, who was, at one point number 3 in the world, or number 2 or number 1 in the world at Brawl, at one point like number top 5 in PM, at one point top 2 at Smash 4. I think it was a very not intelligent move. So if it was for the game, it surprises me.
Yeah, to follow that up, I think it's surprising to see people backing out of Smash 4 just because with Smash 5 on the horizon, the carryover, like you guys mentioned, be very real. But I think something that's also deterring people from, I guess, investing into Smash 4 is when you compare the viewership for Smash 4 compared to Melee, there's a significant difference. Now, I think the games are both really enjoyable to watch, but I think in terms of like cultivating fan bases, that's something that we talked about, I think, in episodes where like the personalities of Smash 4, they're not really at the forefront or like driving the narrative of the community as much as like Melee personalities really, captivate interest and build hype and excitement for the events. So I think that might be something that's holding things back. But yeah, I totally agree. I think it's really smart if you can pick up a player on the cheap and get a contract that'll carry over into Smash 5's release. That's a really good play. It's a risky play, but if I'm a team right now looking to get into Smash for Smash 5, I would definitely be looking at who's a free agent or whose contract is about to expire in Smash 4.
So this kind of speaks to a different issue, in my opinion, where we have this marketability or following divide between Melee players and Smash 4 players. This is definitely open to interpretation, But do you guys think that it's more about the individuals or that the game also plays a very large role in it? I would side with the latter, thinking that, just because Melee is, I'm going to say it, it's a better spectator game. It's faster. The combos are like edge of your seat level stuff. There are so many intense situations. And of course, it has years and years of history. But I think the actual game engine lends itself way more to spectators. And that's what has cultivated that fan base and also allowed these players' personalities to blossom. You do have a few outstanding examples in Smash 4. Nairo, for example, he's on his stream all the time. Everyone knows Nairo inside and out pretty much. They know what he brings to the table personality-wise. You've got people like Anti, who's just, even when he's not performing well in tournaments, he's a hype beast. He's super exciting to just absorb the energy of. Even when he makes like a Twitter video, that'll get 100,000 views and a million retweets, right? Just because it's Anti. Now, I'm not sure. Is it like because Melee has so much lovability that people are more inclined to show that warmth to the players and celebrate their personalities more? Or somehow is it just that the more exciting personalities have been drawn more to Melee? I'm not really sure. What do you guys think explains this duality of the communities? And do you think that if Smash 5 were to take the direction more towards Melee's engine, if we would see not even just the crossover from existing Melee players, but would we get a more exciting brand of new players somehow? I'm not really sure.
Melee, just if you look at just the top like 5 players in Melee, like think about how polarizing my personality is, how polarizing Leffen's personality is, even Mango's, Mewtwo King to an extent, being how he is. We're such different individuals, and in our own ways, I think a lot of us are extra in a way, and I think people just they say they hate it, but low key they kind of love it because it's kind of like wrestling. You're gonna expect a show no matter what. You're gonna expect some form of shit talk or beef at all points between players X and Y. There's just so much riding on our legacy, so much pride. We're all such just stubborn, prideful, fun to watch assholes that I think that's what makes Melee so interesting in a certain sense. Smash 4 is a much younger community, I feel, and I think because of that, they know how volatile the game is. They know the 2-stock game with that kind of engine, like upsets will happen all the time. Whereas in Melee, there's this stronghold on the elite, these same players who have been trading tournament wins back and forth, and maybe one out of literally 200 times do they allow an outsider to actually take it from them. Like that's what makes it the storyline so drastic. That's the one person in Smash 4 who had that was Zero, and he made the storyline because he was the ultimate. He was the absolute. If Zero was at a tournament, if Zero was playing against someone and someone was beating him, you saw that view count go way up, and that's part of it. That's why people love to see the god crumble, the people bleed, and so it's just part of it. And just like with all the issues of the Brawl versus Melee days, where there was so many rifts. I remember one time, Max, me and you just were pretty much yelling at each other over an argument about ice climbers and Brawl. Literally yelling at each other. That's how passionate
that happened.
Yeah, the two communities kind of hate each other. And now they grew up. Melee and Smash 4 have this beautiful harmony now. And it's going to continue through Smash 5. But the Smash 5 community has to evolve if it wants to really exist. They're getting the opportunity of a lifetime here with Smash on the Switch. It's going to be like the player base for Smash 5 will be at least, in my opinion, competitively 2.5 times as large as Smash 4. That's me being conservative. I think that's how much bigger it's going to be.
Joe, what do you think?
So another thing that Juan brought up that I didn't even consider, this is to sort of backtrack to the topic we talked about before. I think it's actually really interesting for a team to get involved with a Smash 4, Smash 5 player because there isn't really like an established, top in the same way of Melee. Like Melee, there's, the big 5, the big 6, whatever. And if you don't have a player in there, it's kind of like, well, tough bananas, you're probably not going to win a super major. Like, just hold that. Whereas with Smash 4 and now Smash 5, there's going to be the potential that, if you invest in the right person or, you help give that platform to the right person, they might become, the next big player, the next Zero.
Yeah, they go to more than
MKLeo that really establishes themselves. So that's something that I think is actually really interesting to think about. I just wanted to bring that up, but I think Juan summed it up pretty well with what he just said.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that the player base does get that significant boost. I know it's going to be big, right? 2.5 times, that would be a dream, man. I would absolutely love that. I think a lot of it hinges on how the game's engine is going to play, because if it's accessibility that they're going for, they could still do that without costing the excitement of like Melee's combo game, for example. And I think that's really what it boils down to, that you can move very freely and you can create your own combos. Those two things are what makes Melee so exciting. So again, you don't have to have extremely complex APM requirements or anything to make that a possibility in the game. So I really hope that there's some kind of crossover appeal, because people like you, HBox, even though you do a lot in Smash 4, significantly more than almost any Melee top player, I'd say like it's you and M2K who are the most involved in Smash 4. Like we want more of that, you know what I'm saying? Because we could leverage these great personalities into blowing up the new game really hard. Imagine like Mango picked it up and took it seriously. That said, I don't see a lot of players going anywhere if they're already at the top in one Smash game. It's just a big time commitment to pick up another one. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. E3 is going to be very revealing for a lot of things. But yeah, I don't know. I would really like to see also, you know, how you said that the community is a lot younger. We said that back in Brawl too, right? How the Brawl community was younger. There weren't as many developed personalities and rivalries and stuff, but it was that same crowd that went into this new game. So they had aged up, right? And even when they had a little bit more time under their belt, we still didn't see them flourish to the degree that the personalities of Melee did. So I would like to say it's probably a little of column A, a little of column B in terms of the individuals themselves. Just like, you know, the top 5 Melee players' personalities are very hard to rival. And also just, you know, the spectator value of the game. Even though I think Smash 4 is amazing to watch, the numbers don't lie. And Melee has been winning in that category. So I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen. And moving right along, speaking of leveraging personalities in the community, one of the biggest upcoming things is going to be the Smash Summit. So HBox, this is definitely your field. I'm going to let you take the reins on this, but the voting has been going on for a while, and tell us about it. Tell us about what's going on.
I see a lot of people, a lot of regions trying to band together to get their player, and as usual, it's just the Twitter nominations right now. The actual voting hasn't started, you know, where you buy votes. But we see, you know, Amps in the lead, seeing his incredible performance against Mango, seeing his amazing runs. Amps is consistently putting in what appears to be top 10 performances at the tournaments he's been to. That's really exciting. I put him at top 15 last year, and people didn't believe me. And now it's like, well, freaking told you. And now, so people are voting him, so he'll get it for sure. Like the Spirit Bomb he had last year during the actual votes was actually incredible. After that, I don't have the tweet in front of me, but I believe Zane was in third. He should definitely get in. He deserves it. He can beat half the players already invited to the summit anyway. So I handedly beat them. So I, well, not half, I would say, like, you know, he can do well against maybe Leffen on a good day. He can do well against some of the spacey players. He can do well probably against Wizzy. He almost beat him last time. I forget who played it, but he against the other people who'll be invited, he can definitely beat them. Toussaint has some good votes too. People want to get some puff players, and there's a whole meme going about it to try to, you know, because people don't want me to win it again. If they throw in more puffs, it'll make me not win, because people are tired of seeing a puff win. So because people are tired of seeing puff, let's bring in more puffs.
I saw Hugs' post about that, man.
Yeah, I'm quoting Hugs' post. It was just eloquent and perfectly stated. But that's the logic of, anyway. Fuck do I know. After that, I would say, do you have the tweet in front of you?
Yeah. So after Toussaint is Ice, Westballs, Hugs, and Stango.
Stango's a sleeper pick. He needs all Pittsburgh to ban behind him, or Philly to ban behind him to get him in. Hugs, like I said, he's a very organized man, knows how to organize things, has spreadsheets, has the big brain, depends on the subs. He has a solid top.
Organized man.
Yeah. I don't think Johnny opted in this year, did he? Like S2J?
I don't think so.
He might be pulling the classic S2J and maybe just waiting till the last day and just being like, yo, sup?
Isn't today the last day?
Damn.
Well, hey, man, it's not 12 yet, right?
You blew up my theory, damn.
Dude, I don't see S2J in there, and I don't see Crush in there. So, not sure what's going on with that. And
I know PPU also said he wasn't gonna be part of the nominations as well. He just didn't want to.
Yeah, well, PPU was auto invite last year from doubles, which is interesting last time. But they're not doing it here. Obviously, the 2 spots that got in were Nunn and SFAT, was it?
SFAT is in. I'm not sure if it was from that.
SFAT beat S2J
Wizzy.
in the rubber match to qualify for. Yeah.
And Nunn is in the summit, which is kind of crazy to think about. But he made it in. He beat Wizzy, got top 5 full bloom. So already it's a great lineup. But if you want to hear like my ideal 6 of who I'd want in to make a really good hype event, I want Crush back in there again, I feel, but I don't think if he's not going to opt in. New England always gets behind someone, so I'm trying to. Who's New England's pick this time? Who's in this time?
My guess would be Toussaint. Geographically, he's the closest to them, but
he's New York though. I don't know if he'll be able to push for him.
Yeah, well, he's Albany, which is it's closer to Mass and Connecticut than New York City.
Oh, so he might get in. Okay, so I would say he might get in. I'm still getting for sure. Zane, Zane, Amsa. I would love to see. It's gonna sound weird, but I think having Army in there, the Ice Climbers, just wobbling people, making some dumb upsets, that would be pretty cool. Just the sleeper picks who can beat top players. The more upsets, the better. Unless it happens to me, so I'll be salty. But it's good for viewership, and I just want people to really vouch for the players, get them in there.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of interesting people.
A lot of top player wins as well. So Army could be a good sleeper pick. He has wins on SFAT.
I was thinking about it currently in the U.S. I think Army is the best ICs right now. That's gonna sound weird, but I'm looking at results.
That's crazy.
Trudat just won that European tournament. Like he beat Ice and he beat some others. But Army's been performing better in country. I feel it's kind of crazy to think about. But he might be the best ICs right now. So yeah,
that is pretty insane. Also, I just want to point out that the 4th and 5th place vote totals, or I'm sorry, 3rd and 4th, are Zane and Toussaint, who are both coming through to Eastern Divisionals this weekend in New York City for CSL. So if you guys are fans of them, then definitely check that out. It's going to be super hype.
Always better to see that.
Yep.
Yeah, Zane's the man. Zane's the homie, and Toussaint is hype as well.
Yeah. I just have to say, the Jigglypuff rationale is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. We hate Puff so much that we're going to call in another Puff for matchup experience.
The power of one person.
It's smart, though, because, Toussaint is not as highly ranked as, Prince Abu, right? So if they don't want to see Puff on the stream, there's a better chance that Prince Abu would have been making the upsets, right? And keeping Jigs on stream, whereas they're, kind of hedging their bets. All right, well, this guy's rank 100. Abu is, 40-something?
You know what the biggest irony is?
What?
I've been giving Toussaint tips in tournament.
Oh,
that's the biggest irony because
it's a big brain play for sure. I think it's smart. I think it's hilarious, but I think it's smart. Get more jigs in, get more jigs practice. Why not? It's what Armada was doing with Prince Abu, just on a way more memeier scale because they're putting all their eggs in one basket to bring him out to the event. But I think it's sick. I think it's hype, man.
I don't blame the
Puff. People are motivated to beat you, bro. I think that's great for the game.
Yeah, good. I mean, I'm the big villain on top, so I'm cool with it. I'm just gonna keep whooping ass until someone stops it. But I think any Puff player who opts in, it's a dream come true for them because if they go to the summer, they're gonna be fluffing up top players all 4 days in a row, getting so much good practice. Why would you not want to go? Of course, if you're a Puff player, it makes sense.
Dude, people have this stupid meme about HBox is killing melee and whoever beats HBox is saving melee. But bro, on the real, I feel like you've done a lot to save melee in your own regard. You took a Fox player, Peach/Fox, but still a Fox player off of #1 after a really long time. You're getting other people invited to stuff like the summit to beat you. I think that has kicked more life into the game than any Spacies Dittos could possibly hope to do. So,
it is a storyline. It is a storyline.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that's what's keeping things fresh and exciting. So, guys, if you think HBox is killing melee, reevaluate that real quick. So if you think one of these people in the top 8 right now, HBox, is going to drop out of it, who would you think it is? Obviously, Stango has the lowest total by a small margin. He's like 70 votes behind Hugs. But do you think that he's going to be picking up steam? Do you think he'll surpass even as high as West Balls or Ice? Or like, who's dropping out of this top 8 and who's going to take that spot?
I see Franz getting above Stango, just from, I think, people in his region. He's the only relevant Dr. Mario right now, I think, at all. So that'd be cool to see that. It's a complete crapshoot. How many get into the nominations? Is it 10?
I am not sure.
Might be 8.
I think it's 8. I think it's
12.
the top 8 advance at this stage, right?
No, I think it's the top 12 Twitter nominations get in.
Oh yeah, it says I don't see it, so
yeah. Anyway, I'll look into it later. I know it's kind of a shorter episode, but I'm telling you, there's gonna be fireworks flying at some soon. And obviously, I haven't been streaming because I've been doing a lot of personal stuff. But maybe when the countdowns happen, I'll try and stream it so it happens.
Those good old personal reasons, dude.
Yeah, always.
All right, so moving right along to our last topic, that is going to be Get on My Level, and just so happens that we also have the primary tournament organizer of Get on My Level on this call. So, Joe, tell us about the big news that just came in. It was today, right? That it got confirmed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right,
so the past 2 days, we announced Nairo and DeBuzz, and this is something that I brought up earlier when we were talking about cool topics, is that now so we have Nairo, MK Leo, DeBuzz, Mistake, and Tweak. So these are the top 5 players that have been by far the most dominant this PGR season that are fighting for first place now that Zero's gone. So I think this tournament will really set the tone for the remainder of the summer of Smash to see really who's the big dog in Smash 4 right now. Because as it stands, I'd say Nairo has made a strong case for himself. He's taken a few big wins lately. Leo, obviously, huge threat. And then just at the cusp are the players that I just mentioned as well. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped to see exactly who wins that, because I think that'll have a lot of weight as to who's taking number 1 for the PGR.
And before none of those 5 wins Gommel.
I would not be shocked.
Ally making the return?
Oh, I'll be so
the 2016 champion coming through. He wasn't there last year.
Unsponsored Ally win the tournament. That'd be so
that
sick.
Would be sick.
I think that would be crazy. Because now there's a fire underneath him, right? I feel like one of the things that happened to him, and maybe a couple other players too, is once you get sponsored, you feel a little bit too comfortable. You're like, all right, I'm set. I got the paycheck whether I win the tournament or not. Obviously, that's not how most people think or how you should think or anything. And I'm not accusing Ally of it by any means, but now there is extra incentive for him to really go above and beyond and just grind this out. I also think some people are falling into the trap of Smash 5 is coming out. Like, why am I going to bother grinding for Smash 4? But like Zeke said last week, man, the 6 months leading up to the new game, that is absolutely the most important time. Whether you're a player, a community leader, whatever, this is grind time. This is where you separate yourself from everyone else, because the opportunities are about to start coming in, and they're not going to start picking up people who are just hopping on the train, right? They're going to look at the established people, the already successful and like community driven people, especially. But in terms of players, winning a major like Gommel is prime time. So Ally, I would definitely like to see him come back with a vengeance, claim that 2016 title back. And he won 2015 as well, did he not?
Yeah, he won the one. That was the first time he beat Zero, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that was 16.
He won 2016, but not 2015. 2015, I'm pretty sure Holy won.
Oh, okay. So it was in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the fam. It was in the fam. It was
Yeah, Holy did win. Ally actually wasn't there.
Yeah,
I just looked at the results.
Grand finals.
Oh, your boy got 5th in that tournament. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, that's actually true. You put Ice Ninja in the body bag. I remember.
I did. But yeah, so I think Get on My Level has really interesting storylines across both games. Of course, the 5 highest contenders for number 1 in Smash 4 are all going to be there. And then we have the Leffen 3-peat potentially incoming. I know HBox, you're looking to stop that at all costs. It seems like Leffen just gets some kind of power up from being in the 6th. Maybe because he was the 6th god. He is now the 6th god.
He won't do it 3 times.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I heard Joe told me about the interview that you guys did, right? I didn't see it myself, but like I heard that there was some serious talk on the line.
Spicy, dude.
They were really trying to egg it on, trying to like poke it with fire and stuff. But I said my stuff and was like, bro, I don't care. I'm just here to win. Personal shit's stupid. And we played at Full Bloom, and
Sauced him.
yeah. So that was. So he's. I mean, I don't know. He's got to bring more than that to Gommel or Summit if he wants to win. So everyone does. Just come on. You can't. My head can't get this big, guys. Just you gotta grab me and up throw me and up air me and give me a second place, give me a third place or a fourth. And just all I'm seeing is ones, dude. So I gotta, I don't know. They gotta step it up, and otherwise, Melee's gonna die. So
I don't know, man. Is Genesis the only tournament you haven't won this season?
yeah,
That's insane.
it is actually. Now I think about it. Nuts.
Wow. All right. Well, yeah, man. Get on my level. One of my favorite events. I've been attending since the first one. Have we all been to all the Gommels, or HBox? Did you miss one?
I've been at 2014 and 2015, both which were at the college, and I was at 2016, and I was at 2017.
Yeah.
And I think I was in winners finals for every single Gommel so far. I think at least. So I don't know. But yeah, it's been a lovely event.
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely lost. I've lost every Gommel I've been to except for one, and yeah. So I gotta break my own curse right there. I gotta beat the gods at Gommel. That's what I'm gonna do this year.
And the one you won is what, 2015?
Yeah, versus Hacks.
Oh, right. Yeah, dude, I remember that. That was actually a sick tournament.
It ended on a pause offstage rest. I remember. It was funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, fun fact, I'm on the Smash Wiki page for the event. Almost every single event winner had a tag beginning with H. We have HungryBox for Melee singles, HungryBox and Hacks for Melee doubles, Holy Nightmare for Smash 4 singles, and Holy Nightmare and the Cat, the lone out flyer for Smash 4 doubles.
H names are the best. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. You know, Gommel alone, EGLX, Canada Cup. They're all fantastically run events. But Gommel really is the most coveted title north of the border. So, you know, hats off to Joe, obviously, for putting on, you know, most phenomenal event I've seen that's in North America that is in the U.S. You know, it's just it's something you should take a pride for and know that, you know, when good things happen, people will come. And that's why I'm going. It's a goddamn good event. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Joe is killing the game. So I guess, guys, we're gonna wrap up real quick. Just want to talk about the Eastern Divisional for the CSL circuit that's coming up. Just real quick. So it's going to be at Xeno Zero in New York City. That's in Chinatown. It's a big local venue for Smash 4 every Wednesday, like today. They have a bunch of people come out, a bunch of top talent. But this Saturday, it's going to be reserved for not only the divisional finals, but also for singles. We're going to have $200 pop bonuses for both games. So come out. The talent pool is going to be stacked. We've got the Buzz for Smash 4, and his team is actually pretty solid. He has Aceto, a really good Meta Knight player on his team. The UMD team is scary for Smash 4. And then Zane and Toussaint, as well as their respective teams, will be coming out for Melee. So the competition is going to be pretty stacked. The Northeast has always been super talented, not only in terms of Smash at colleges, but just academics in general. So we're really looking forward to it. And that's pretty much it. Guys, if you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up, just let them loose.
For those Smash 4 players, ride or die. Give it your all. You know, God forbid, if someone is given a thing like, you know, if you had so much time to live, what would you do? I want you to take that mindset and apply it to your game. Like, if you know your game's not going to last very much longer, how do you want it to go out? Do you want it to fizzle out, or do you want it to go out in this incredibly tense, hype any championship to show all these potential sponsors, to show them what you have to offer, both in and out of game in Smash 5? These last few months matter more to these Smash 4 players than they could ever imagine. So they have to definitely try their hardest right now.
Closing thoughts. I think Zane's team's got this, and if they don't, I'm gonna come back on next week's episode and say I'm a fraud, because I think Zane's team's got this free.
Dude, yeah, worth noting, they almost lost to NYU. They were so close to losing.
That Icy's player, dude.
Yeah, she was a beast, man. She literally almost beat Zane in the 4-stock head-to-head. I know I mentioned that at least one other time on the show, but that just shows that these teams can lead. Her name is Pico Farad. She's from NYU.
She goes to our CFL Florida monthlies. Pico Farad almost beat Zane.
Yeah, really close. The match is online too. I'm gonna hit you with that link.
That's filthy. That's dope. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
All
All right,
man.
guys.
Cool.
Well, I guess this concludes episode 14 of Smash Course. Joe and HBox, thanks for coming through. We'll be back next week with a guest and hopefully some more news for you. And by the way, if you're watching this video, drop some stuff in the comments section that you want to see us address, because we'd love to take any feedback or just stuff from the viewers and turn it into a discussion.
All right.
All right, peace,
Sounds
guys.
good.
There you go.